That's going to be a hard act to follow, Tony. Well done, and I have to say it's an impressive place to go and visit, but it'll be very interesting. So look, we're FutureCast, so we're an innovation research and development centre for the construction, quarry and manufacturing supply chain. We're part funded by Enterprise Ireland. We're set up about 3.5 years ago, and it's just been a development all along. We have an industry for Skillnet, which with Skillnet Ireland. So with very good partnerships developed throughout. Same with Intertrade Ireland as well. But I think is the partnerships who we develop it, and with the companies as well right around Ireland. We have 12 of a team, another 10, 22 out there of subcontractors. So we're really there to help companies to develop their vision. We work with companies in different areas. We have 4 different places that we have: Sligo, Leitrim, Roscommon. We have a couple of new centres opening up. We have one centre going to be a very interesting centre. It's about building prototypes. So where we're going to work with colleges like UCD, Trinity, Cork, ATU, taking prototypes, mixing them together with industry, like a full garage, and it's supported by Enterprise Ireland. So it'll be an interesting one. So look, I'm going to tell you about a few projects that we're working on, all right? So this one here is called Live Learn, where it's 8 different types of main superstructure construction. They'll be from 3D printing, mass concrete, timber frame, light gauge steel. They're all the same design. We're using about 110 different companies to be involved in it. HDL will be some of our partners here on the 3D printing. So it'll be interesting to see, but what we're doing is about carbon calculation, all solar tiles, sand battery we're going to test in Ireland here with our partners in Finland. So it's going to be some interesting concepts, but it is about having 200 students on the site every night. So we'll be working with European colleges, 30 European colleges across Europe, and coming here under Erasmus programs. So this will be an interesting project that we're hoping to get on the ground probably in October this year. So it's just developing the vision and everything in different materials. And some of the materials is like, why are we plastering? Why can't we use vertical solar? Look at the new different technologies there. What's our footpaths like? Why are they creating energy? So looking at the whole concept of it, but calculating each of them with 8 different bills, so that'll be an interesting one where we see this year. We work with a lot of different robotic and automation. We work with KUKA, we work with ABB. We have a full robotic system for training people, but this is a full robotic system for modular housing. So this KUKA Robotics in Germany, we've been over and back with them. So where we see modular housing is probably going to, what Tony was saying there, is very much looking at robotics and how it does. So really this is not new technology, it's really just taking care of the line and putting in a box. 4 boxes, a 3-bedroom house, and looking at the different aspects of that. So there's some interesting coming on there. We were looking at new different designs. The top left-hand corner there is thinking about housing in a new way. So why not do houses in 2 different parts? So the first part on the ground, it'll be a young person can buy 1 bedroom, bathroom, come living room, come kitchen. Later on down the road, you can buy a 2-bedroom ensuite or 3-bedroom ensuite as you grow. So looking at that, as 2-tier construction, to make it cheaper for young people to get into the housing market. This is our geological and material science. We have full science lab in Killeen and Sligo. The idea there is looking at the different materials, looking at the research in materials, looking at waste, what we can do with waste. We have a 3D printer there in the background. Working with the guys HDL here as well, and looking at different ideas and different projects. But the material is the key. We've done a couple of projects and how much waste we can put into it. We've done with EPA, with Irish Manufacturing Research Centre. So there's some interesting things that we can develop there. The same with digital twin technology. And, so it's interesting what can come of that. So we're talking about, the future as well. Our industry is very much about machinery. So the quarry industry, the construction industry, it's very much, and we see autonomous playing a big part in it. The centre down the bottom there was developed by a guy in Roscommon, so it's an autonomous tractor. So our new place will be actually working with colleges to build out prototypes. We feel there's a lot of colleges around Ireland, there's PhDs and masters students would have developed some lovely processes through their programs or through their theory, and but the problem is it dies there. So our idea is to mix companies with these students to develop this further, using R&D tax, using different funding aspect of it. One of our specialities probably with our team with 3 very good writers, and we've been very, very successful with probably different types of funding. And we have some funding there like smart regions that we can give out to companies through Enterprise Ireland. We have other ones there through Data Sustain, so there's some very interesting, but we've also European programs. We have 8 European programs going on at the moment. With 3 for women in construction. So like we're saying, like, why are we leaving 50% of our population outside? So we have 3 European, one is a very big one, it's called FIMCOM. So we're probably 12 different universities across Europe working with that and industry. So it's just keep developing out. But looking at the new process, then over on the left there is a robotic block laying system. So where we see like there is new innovative things, and as Tony says, look around the world. You have Volvo, Scania, some very interesting ones being done right around the world. Also in energy, we have one lad working in energy and another 2 going to join him. We're looking at different types of energy. Up in the top left is something we designed ourselves, was bringing solar to solar and wind blade energy. So where our idea is there is to use it on maybe a higher windy site or on a roof of a factory on a flat roof, but it's combining that you have a higher wind maybe in the winter time, you have a wind at night time, so it's combining solar with wind blade energy. Looking at tidal on Sligo Harbour, we have a project there with a US company looking at tidal energy. Sligo Harbour has been a very interesting one because there's a huge study, a US study done there back a couple of years ago, and what we're trying to do is make it real. All right. So like a lot of our projects are they're very innovative. We have an innovative team, but we also look outside for help, as well, to different expertise around the world. We've probably about 30 projects on there at the moment with companies, but every one of them are different. And that sometimes is a challenge as well. This is just a digital twinning. We have 2 people working on digital twinning. And, we see huge aspects of that within the construction industry. So like our apartments there, where we'll be digital twinning them 6 times, but where we're making it real through our phone, through our Mega 3 headsets. So looking at it, what can we do with different types of technology? But what different animations and about BIM and how does BIM mix with digital twinning? So our guys has brought it down. It's not just a headset now down to your phone, but the interlinking with BIM and digital twinning. So that's some very interesting one there. 3D printing with HCL here, we would have brought in the first 3D printer in Ireland. The guys are going to give you a good demonstration of what they're done in Dundalk. Very impressive. And, in fairness, I think it's a technology that's only grown. They've done a lot of work on getting certification. And I think it's something, it's very viable. Like a lot of people talk about, about the new technology. To me, this is a very viable option in actually money, because it's the amount of houses you can build, and if it's a batch plant or is new material, like I think it's very viable. But the guys will give you a good overview of that. So look at education is a big part of what we do as well, and I think with Industry 4 Skillnet and has allowed us to do that, to actually look at some new courses that we're bringing online. Like who would ever said blockchain have you ever within construction? We're building out blockchain and construction finance at the moment. We've built out blockchain health and safety. Blockchain and construction finance, I think, it's about how faster can we make the payments. If anyone that's in the industry, and we're all from the industry, like in August, the slower time to get paid, around Christmas time is a slower time to get paid. This is about streamlining. So we're building this out with ATU and Galway University. This year, with Industry 4 Skillment, we funded 2 courses. One, an extension of in construction innovation, another robotic and automation with Galway University. So I think it's about collaborations as well that we can have, and it's about industry and our Skillnet and ourselves and different programs that we have, through that. So there's some very interesting ones there. AI is another one Tony talked about, and I think we wrote about AI in Aquari about 3 years ago, and it was we're probably very early with this, but we're testing it, and it'll say 15% in lorries. So definitely AI is coming very fast down the road. So look, there's some very interesting education coming down the road, but it's about people adapting it on. So we have a Moodle program now, Moodle system, where we have 40 quarry courses. So we partnered with IQ Quarries in the UK, not reinventing the wheel either. There's no point of reinventing the wheel, because there's some great stuff going on around the world. We are an island, and I think it's about actually seeing how could we develop that, and interlink with. Maybe not go as far as what Trump is at now. Keep back from that side, but look around the world and see what is there. These are some of our European programs. We see Europe as a very interesting and how we can connect with Europe. We also will see Africa being a very interesting under a new African European fund. So look at it's about actually probably taking a wee bit out of the box and what's there. But look at each of these European programs. We had a group in from Spain there during the week. There's always learnings. And different people has different ideas. And it's about matchmaking them ideas and bringing them back into industry here and into our projects. So guys, I'm going to be fairly fast here today. So these are our websites and that. And anyone want to come and talk to us, we have small bits of funding that we can help our team to help you through the SREI. We have other funds there as well. But we also can help to actually look at working with Enterprise Ireland and work with other industries. So thank you very much. Sorry, I'm going to